Alright, so I wanted to make this video, and I apologize if it's windy because it is a little breezy out here. But I'm out in eastern Montana doing some mule deer hunting, and as you can see, this is some pretty neat country I'm in. Lots of beautiful country here with the glass. And I want to point out a problem that I've had on this hunt, a problem that I've discovered with these Vortex scopes. This is the Vortex Razor 65 millimeters, 16 to 48 power. Now, one thing that I've discovered on this trip, and I've had this problem several times, the temperature right now is about, probably between 19 and 23 degrees. I'm not 100% sure. In fact, actually, I can pull out my Kestrel and tell us exactly what the temperature is. But anyway, the problem I want to show you is that the ring here on the scope itself, the magnification ring, sorry about that, was getting out my Kestrel. The magnification ring is completely locked up and immovable. Let me tighten down my scope here. Get this thing tightened down so it's not moving. It's completely immovable. And what I mean by that is that, come around here so you can see the power. Right here's the power setting. It is locked up. You cannot move it in any way, shape, or form from 16 power up to 48 power, which makes the scope essentially just a 16 power scope. And if you're in this country where I'm at, completely useless. Again, completely locked up. I mean, I'm twisting it as hard as I possibly can, and it's not working. Now, I had a call with customer service about this issue. They sent me a brand new eyepiece about 4 days ago. I had to pick it up about 40 miles from here's a little town, and they overnighted me one, and they sent me a new one. This is the new one. It's doing the exact same issue, and like I said, it's not moving at all. It's not working at all. You can tell there's a little bit of wind out here. It's been cold. But this is a known issue. Vortex knows about this, and they're still selling these products to customers. And let's take a look at the temperature here. So right now, the temperature, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, is 27.8 here that I'm holding it. And I don't have the wind meter working, but it's cold, but it's not frigid, and these aren't extreme temperatures. And this thing is not working, making this a completely inusable object. And you know, 16 power is great. I got 10 power binoculars, but it's not going to help me find a deer or even glass up a deer. So as I was saying before, my battery died on the camera, and I apologize if it starts making noise. This camera's been acting up. It's cold, but anyway, it's 27 degrees out, and the Vortex optic, this is the Razor HD. This is, you know, a $1,200 spotting scope that I'm out here on a 10-day mule deer hunt in eastern Montana, and eyepiece is completely locked up. It's frozen. I've determined that's the issue here, is that once it gets below freezing at all, whatever sort of lubrication that they use inside of this eyepiece for the magnification ring locks up and causes it to be frozen and not usable. So I've actually taken the eyepiece out. I've put it inside my coat, tried to warm it up. That doesn't work. It seems like the only thing that will cause it to work is putting it inside of the truck and warming it up considerably for about a half hour to 45 minutes before this thing will free up and become usable again. So again, this is a known issue that Vortex knows about. It's an issue that they have repeated by, in fact, one of the customer service manager told me that their R&D guy had stuck one of these things in a freezer just to see if he could replicate the problem, because another customer had the same issue that I was having, and sure enough, he was able to replicate the problem. So they know about this, and yet they're not doing anything to fix them. I've contacted Vortex, obviously. They sent me a replaceable eyepiece. It did the same exact thing. So when I get back from this trip, this thing's going back to Vortex. They can keep it. I'm not using something that isn't going to be functional and usable when you need it out in the field. That's a design failure that needs to be addressed.